Well, hello, guys, and welcome back. This one wasn't a request. I actually had something really wonderful happen tonight. So, this just popped in my head. I was going to make just a simple thank you music video, and then this popped into my head as a wonderful time to do this. I know you guys love Sigyn every bit as much as I do, so you know the drill. Let's do Sigyn meditation. Most of you already know our suggestions, but we're just going to repeat them so we all have as much fun as possible. Make sure you are in super comfy clothing, especially with Sigyn. You don't have to prove yourself or be wearing something, uncomfortable. Dress comfortably. Make sure you have a place to sit or lay down since this is all going to be about comfort and enjoyment. You can have a comforting snack and drink on hand. And, make sure you have any distractions turned off, just like you would with sitting down with any other good friend. And also, meditation is important you time. So please make sure that you're going to have the time to do this meditation because you're awful important. Okay, so if you need a pause to go ahead and get ready, go ahead and do so. All right, we're going to begin as we always do with a breath in. This just lets us kind of settle into meditation. And please, this is not a contest. Don't hurt yourself. Go with your own body. You know you best. So let's breathe in, please. And breathe out. And as we let go, we can just look at these gorgeous butterflies. And we can imagine being there. You may keep looking at the butterflies, or you can close your eyes as you feel most comfortable. And we are going to meet Sigyn, and she has brought a lantern out to the woods. And she's asked us if we'd like to come sit with her in the moonlight and see all the beautiful butterflies. I suppose it would be moths at night, but roughly same family, and they are awfully pretty. So we say, of course we would, Sigyn. We would love to spend some time with you at night. And this is a special place in the woods that just Sigyn knows, and she has brought us out here. And she says, she loves to come out at night and just bring the lantern out, and she likes to see these magical areas with these magical, flying little flying jewels that light up like this. And it almost looks like the little toadstools have their own magical light. And she really enjoys coming here after a hard day. Um, sometimes hearth goddesses and domestic goddesses, they kind of get put on the back burner. But they do the work that makes a house a home. They are the ones that clean. They are the ones that take care of the children. They are the ones that cook the meals. They are the ones that are doctor mom. They are the ones that do it all, and yet everybody expects other stuff too, right? Poor Sigyn's running a household full time, and yet we all always go to her. And, she does love us and takes care of us, and she always has the time to help us. So, she's asked us to come and to spend the time and unwind with her. She's had a very busy day cleaning, cleaning the house and cooking meals for her and the family and doing all these wonderful things. And she truly enjoys doing them. And she asks us, she says, what do you think about the place where you live? And we can be totally honest and we can say to Sigyn, well, we think it's just big enough. Maybe we think it's too big or it's too small. And, maybe we think we have a lot of clutter everywhere, or we just perfected cleaning rampage, or any of the other things that pop into mind. We can tell her certainly the things we love about our home, all the things we have that we love, and we can tell her, the problems we're having too. And since she's a domestic goddess, we can ask her for help with those problems. Like maybe we feel our house is too small, and she might say, well, is your house truly, truly too small? And it might be if you have a very large family in a very tiny home. But she said, is your house really too small, or were you just blessed by the gods with so much stuff you don't know what to do, and you could have a yard sale? We laugh, and we agree, and she makes no judgments, and she makes no suggestions. She's a lot like Loki in that way. But she says, what would you like to do with your home? What would you like to do? What would you like to accomplish there? How would you like it to look? Think of that. And she says, keep in mind this might take you a long time. You might have to work at it bit by bit, a little bit by a little bit, but you will get there if you keep going. So that gives us something to think about. And if we had any problems, she tells us to think about, do we know people who could help us? Do we know, is there anything we can do? And if there's nothing we can do, are we okay with, how it is? Because sometimes every home has little, idiosyncrasies that you do come to love, but that very critical people would go, well, this is this and that is that. But she tells you to remember that your home takes care of you, your home shelters you, and as a home goddess, she says you should be very proud of your home. And she wants us to imagine that we have, just completed a cycle of cleaning our home. It's perfect. We can close our eyes to do this. It's perfect. It's just the way we want it. And then there's a knock on the door and we think, who can it possibly be? And we go to our door and we open it. And Loki and Sigyn are there and they're so excited and they've brought a lovely dinner to have with us. So let's imagine that we're transported all to our homes and we're sitting down to a lovely dinner with Loki and Sigyn. And they are congratulating us on our hard work and they're very proud of us. And we noticed during the meal that Sigyn especially is paying attention to us. And Loki kind of makes an excuse. They brought an apple pie for dessert. He gets us, away from the dinner table. And he has us go to where he's preparing the pie. And he goes, now you got your house in order. You really got her attention. If you'd like a full-time goddess, I think you got her. I think you got her. And, and he gives us kind of a nudge in the ribs to let us know that if we would take his advice, we would take her on as, as a goddess more in our life. Sigyn will never rush a relationship, so sometimes Loki will step in and kind of shove things along. And we return to the table, and if we're interested in working with Sigyn more, we can say yes. Now, she is very gentle. She's very, she will not push. She will not push. She will actually help from the shadows a lot of times and absolutely not take credit. And when you figure it out, it's her, you just get a simple smile and a shrug, and that's just the kind of goddess she is. I'm not saying she doesn't have a fierce side, but, she's not going to push the relationship. She's not like some of the more aggressive goddesses that will push. And so you have to be the one to decide, yes, I would like to work, but you might say to Loki, you might say, well, look, Loki, I'm often working with you, and if Sigyn's not, more forward, I'm afraid we might lose the relationship. So see if he has any suggestions of what you could do. You might just have to start making a habit of remembering every day. And it's okay if you forget from time to time. We're all human, of addressing Sigyn and spending some time with her. She loves all domestic things. She takes great pride in them. You have to remember that to a hearth goddess, to a home goddess, they literally follow the tradition of a hearth god or goddess, a hearth, home god or goddess, the ancient gods of the home. They are very proud when you clean. They are very proud when you cook. They see no shame in that. That's not a tiny thing. That's a great big thing. So, she would be very honored to spend all that time with you. Where Loki usually finds more interesting things to do. He might annoy you, but he usually finds more interesting things to do. So we finish up our desserts with our beloved family. And, Loki goes, well, is there anything else you would like to say? And we say, yeah, Loki, how did you walk into a Sigyn meditation? He winks and he disappears. And Sigyn laughs and she says, well, that's just Loki. And, as we are sitting there, she can make, instantly transport us back to their home. And she does. And she transports us to the fireside. And she says, well, we can sit here or we can go back out and look at the magical butterflies. It's your choice. If you want to remain at this fireside, you can go ahead and close your eyes for the next few minutes of music. And if you want to remain here with these beautiful butterflies, moths, I'm actually not sure which species they are, you can go ahead and do that, and we will rejoin you on the other side. wasn't that wonderful, guys? There's nothing more satisfying than to get a job well done and to make a connection with a god or goddess we love, right? And it was wonderful taking this time out, and I hope you guys have the sense of having, accomplished something good in your life lately. I'm getting a nudge, I'm getting a sense that you are all accomplishing things. You are all on the right path. And please remember, don't do what I did recently. Don't be a ninny and think you have to get it all done in a couple weeks. You can take months, you can take years if you have to. It's just that little forward progress is what excites the gods. It's what makes them really happy. And you can always have future goals too, and that's fine. And you may find that, like, say you decide to clean your home or rearrange things. Maybe your home's already very clean, or you decide to take a course in cooking or something, or watch videos on cooking, or you start reading more books or something. Whatever you start to do around your home, remember that Sigyn will be with you in it. And it doesn't matter if your home's a teeny tiny apartment or a trailer or a grand castle. It's all the same to Sigyn. As long as you truly love and take pride in your house, that is a castle to her. So she looks very thoughtful and she goes, "This is usually Loki's thing. But, she is a goddess of her own, her own doing." And so she cups her hands together and she smiles, and this beautiful pool of rainbow light appears. It just starts swirling around. It's all these sparkling colors. And she looks at it and she smiles, and she, instead of coming up to us like Loki would do, she cups her hands closed around it and she opens them again. And it's this beautiful magical butterfly, and she looks at each one of us. And if we nod, the butterfly flies over to us very, very gently, lands on our heart chakra. It's okay, I assure you, butterflies can't bite. They don't even have the ability to. And the beautiful butterfly lands on our chest, and the wings are moving in and out. And we can feel this love coming from Sigyn to us. And then the butterfly flies away and is dancing with all the other butterflies in front of us. And Sigyn says, "I want you to always remember this time together. And anytime you see butterflies or moths, if that's what you prefer, or anything that you see that reminds you of Sigyn, maybe bunnies, maybe, things around the house, maybe even cleaning equipment. She would be the one goddess to be very proud of that. She wants you to remember that she loves you and she's thinking of you." And she says, "It's usually Loki's thing too, but if you want to take a tiny item, if you want to gently open your eyes if you've had them closed, you want to take a tiny item off your desk and think of Sigyn and think of this time with her." And she says, "You can put that anywhere you like. You can carry it with you, whatever you want. It can even be an imaginary item if you want." She said, "Anytime you need to talk to me, just hold this item, look at it, even just think of it, and know that I am with you." So if you guys have had your eyes closed up till now, please open them. If you want to eat your drink and snack, if you haven't eaten them before now, you can most certainly go ahead and do so. It helps us bridge between meditation and the waking world. And if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. This was just a thank you to Sigyn because she's been helping me out an awful lot lately, and it was just pretty spontaneous. But we hope you guys have enjoyed, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.